everybody and welcome to my first official video for 2021. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, guys. Hope you guys had a fun time. Hope you were safe in your social bubbles. Of course, business as usual, another nationwide lockdown in the UK. COVID-19 isn't going away anytime soon. This year starting off the same as it did March last year. It's getting a bit rocky. All I can say, guys, is remain safe. Stay at home, stay in your social bubbles, just play some games, watch some films, try a new experience, try some new genres, try some new stuff, you know, things that you wouldn't usually do. Maybe take up a whole hobby again, you know. I'm trying to find my creative outlet through doing videos once again, and now that I've kind of done the holidays and Christmas is over and New Year's is over, I'm going to try and do a few more videos, and being the fact I won't be back to work for quite some time from the looks of it, I will be trying to do more active videos a bit more often and trying to find some new ideas to kind of add to the channel and see what you guys like, of course. As usual, this will be a collection update video. I think this will be a good one to start off. This will be a collection from December 2020. This pile is quite significant, mainly because it's leftovers from November. It's stuff that I picked up during December. It's gifts from Christmas, of course, and I've had a few treats, probably more than I should have in a sense, a few upgrades. I've sold things to get other things, so it's a mixture, it's a mixed bag of many things in a sense, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. And being the fact I'm doing a December 2020 kind of collection, I figured I'd do my Mr. Plow t-shirt. It is a Primark kind of exclusive kind of, you know, jumper. That is like a Christmas themed kind of thing. It's nice and warm, nice and snuggly. I really like it. The first up, guys, we have is Drunken Master and Meals on Wheels. These are both the Eureka edition Blu-rays from Jackie Chan. These are basically just kind of fill the collection, fill the gap. As you guys know from the channel, I've been watching a lot of Hong Kong cinema movies, Jackie Chan mainly, of course. And these are the two I needed to kind of pick up and add to the collection and kind of, you know, say I want to watch these and want to own these for sure. There's been quite a few Jackie Chan films I've watched since March of last year all the way up until now. And there's a lot that I really do enjoy, there's a lot I really do get behind, but there's only a select amount, I would say, that I want to keep and own. I don't want to keep every single film for the sake of it. You know, I might enjoy a film, I might think, yeah, I really liked that, but it's something I want to own, it's something I want to maybe sell, put towards another Jackie Chan film. That's the kind of questions in my mindset that I always kind of do. And Drunken Master is a definite must-own for sure. Of course, it is a classic, everyone knows Drunken Master. Just a really good kick-ass Jackie Chan film, very early one for sure. I watched Drunken Master 2 from the Hong Kong Rescue, and that was fantastic. It was a good sequel to this one kind of thing. So it was nice to watch this one, and I had the follow-up after, which is quite rare for Jackie because he doesn't do many sequels, apart from maybe the Police Story movies, probably. So yeah, Drunken Master Eureka edition. This is a great edition, nice brand new and sealed. It was originally. And I'm going to show you some of the artwork there. Yeah, 2-disc edition, Blu-ray and DVD. Really great film, Drunken Master. If you haven't seen it, definitely one of his best ones, next to Fearless Hiding for sure. Go and check this one out, guys. And of course, Meals on Wheels. Initially, when I first watched it, I thought it was pretty kind of in the middle in a sense. I would say like a 3-star to 5 in a sense, you know, kind of a middle ground Jackie Chan film. But since kind of being exploited to the kind of the best ones like Police Story, kind of thing like that, kind of thing, Project A, and having kind of a bar set between kind of high tier, mid tier, and low tier Jackie Chan, this is definitely in the kind of mid tier / high tier. I would say it's just on the cusp. I think there's a few things that don't quite land for me personally in terms of the comedy, but I love the trio together. I think they're so fun, especially when they're in a movie together, and I think that fight scene is so goddamn good that I really need to own this. I really need to kind of have this in my collection and give it another shot, which I recently kind of rewatched a couple of scenes again for it, and my appreciation of the film is a lot stronger than it was originally. So yeah, Meals on Wheels, definitely one of Jackie Chan's weirdest, funniest, and most badass kind of roles in his kind of, you know, collection lineup. Meals on Wheels is brilliant. There's a nice kind of 2K scan from Eureka, which is great. Kind of show you there, perfect. Yeah, so fill in the gap. 2 Jackie Chan films, Drunken Master, Meals on Wheels. And continuing with Hong Kong cinema, we have the IP Man collection on 4K. This is the US import from the Well Go, I think USA, if I remember correctly. Well Go USA Entertainment collection, which they kind of do a lot of region-free stuff. So if you want to get this in the UK, this is a region-free set, so go ahead, guys, get it where you can. Got this at a good sale price during December when it was kind of live, you know, actually being shown, and I had to get this. The IP Man movies are absolutely terrific. It's a very interesting franchise. I think it definitely degrades a little bit by each one, but only by slightly, very slightly. The first IP Man, I think, is absolutely like outstanding, almost like a masterpiece level, probably a 5 out of 5. Just incredible. You know, just when I thought I seen all the best kind of Hong Kong movies from last year with Jackie Chan and kind of John Woo and that kind of stuff, this one just comes in there right at the end and sneaky, comes in and really blows me away. So yeah, I had to own these. I had to physically get this in my collection. This is the UK Master Collection. This is the edition that came out just before the Criterion version. Now, I'm a bit on the fence. I haven't seen many Bruce Lee movies. I've seen Enter the Dragon when I was quite young, didn't like it, but of course I was young. I didn't know any better. Whether I like these movies now, I don't know. These are very early 70s kind of movies. I know Bruce Lee is a kind of like a face for kind of Hong Kong cinema and that kind of martial arts and that kind of attitude and charisma and charm kind of thing. So I'm very curious to see these movies after seeing so many others from different decades, in the sense, to see if I actually do connect with these movies and can enjoy them. Very excited. I will be doing some reviews on these to kind of see what my thoughts and opinions are. And continuing on with the Hong Kong kind of theme going on at the moment, we have this Unleashed. This is the US import edition, which features the theatrical and rated version. This is a Jet Li film. I think this is one of the early 2000s. This is the guy who directed The Transporter and that stuff. I've heard many good things, mainly from my friend who said this is really, really good. Not seen it, no idea. I'm more for more really awesome kick-ass Jet Li, because I know he's really good in his Hong Kong movies. His American movies are very iffy, I think, but when he does a really kick-ass, really good role, he definitely delivers, and this one I want to check out. It's a good price at the time. So yeah, Unleashed on US import Blu-ray. I'm curious to check that out. More Jet Li, we have this Fearless. This is a really cheap price I picked up from CX. Another kind of more mainstream kind of film. Universal picked this one up. It's a bigger epic story kind of thing. I'm not sure what time it's set in, it doesn't really say. Early 20th century, it's kind of a real life martial arts legend. It's based off of real life martial arts legends. It's choreographed from The Matrix and Kill Bill, so it's got a lot of people behind this. A big Universal movie, a bit Jet Li movie, period movie, which is always cool to see. So yeah, I'm very curious. It's a 15, it's got all 3 versions, including the massive 2-hour and 20-minute cut, which I'm very curious to see what the difference between that and the kind of the edited version is, kind of see how much they're taking away. So yeah, I feel it's very curious, very interesting to see what this film is. Looking forward to that. Probably do a review for that soon. And we have another Jet Li film. We have his Fist of Legends, one I was very curious about, the one that I heard is very kick-ass. It is an 18 rated for sure, so so I'm very excited to check this one out. I know this one's a bit more like an IP Man type thing, where like, you know, Japanese come down, they kind of, you know, raid the kind of the village, and the US kind of step up and take on the masters and, you know, kick some ass in a sense. So I'm all down for more cool Jet Li kick-ass action. And lastly, with the Hong Kong movies anyway, we have this Killzone. Picked this up I think the end of November, and CX for a very cheap price, I think £3 I think it was. I get another one, Donnie Yang. Very curious to see what he does in this one with the master, of course, Sam Hong as the villain. Yes, so you got 2 great kind of Hong Kong legends there right in one movie. I think it's from the same director as the IP Man movies, I believe, which it is indeed. Yes, it looks like it is. Yes, so that's cool. That gives me great confidence. I've heard very good things from this one as well. Next up, we have this Phantasm collection Arrow Blu-ray, features all 5 films, a nice little snazzy edition. Got this for a really good price during the Arrow sale during December. What can I say? Yeah, these are a definitive guilty pleasure for me. I really enjoy these films. I don't know what to say. They're really fun. They're really fun. I love the characters. I love the ideas. The spears. The tall man, Reggie, the characters. I just remember, there's a lot of things I remember about the movie. Phantasm Collection 1 to 5, Arrow Edition box set. Really nice and snazzy, really nice edition. Gotcha. Next up were 2 Christmas gifts from my girlfriend. This is the District 9 and American Psycho on 4K. Now these editions themselves are steelbook editions. This one I believe is a Xavier exclusive steelbook. Really nice artwork, really love the edition for American Psycho. It's really nice and slick. Really sums up the kind of the madness of the film, the whites and the reds and stuff. And District 9 is a HMV exclusive as well, which is really nice, kind of showing the kind of the porn characters in a sense. Basically just put the 4K disc inside the editions themselves, because I always like to do that, which is nice and cool. There we go, it's very cool. Really nice to get these on 4K, really nice gifts from my girlfriend, really happy about them, because they're nice new 4K transfers, which is great. And of course, there you go, American Psycho. 4K, got the Blu-ray behind them as well, which is really cool. Also another case of putting the 4K discs inside my steelbooks. We have the Aquaman and Man of Steel. Done the exact same things as the other edition, and just put my kind of 4K transfer inside the steelbook editions. This is the Italian import, which is the uncut version. So I got the Italian 4K Blu-ray edition, because the UK version for some reason is cut. Even though it's only a couple of seconds of blood and this and that kind of stuff, it still makes a big deal. It's still things I like to see, and it's something that I think is significant to the film. I like to see that kind of scenes. And of course, the exact same thing with Man of Steel. This is the 4K disc inside the, I think it's HMV exclusive, Amazon exclusive steelbook. This is the 3D edition version, which basically I've just taken the 3D disc out, had the Blu-ray and put the 4K disc inside. So yeah, just a nice snazzy edition. I've got all the DC films I actually do like on steelbook, so I think it's an ongoing tradition to get the steelbook editions if I want the films. So yeah, it's nice to put the 4K disc inside. Some more superhero films now, guys. We have is Ghost Rider and Blade on 4K. Ghost Rider, but this is really cheap on CX. Not too much to say. I do enjoy Ghost Rider movies like 1 and 2. I think there's a nice bounce between the first one and the second film. This one's more very early 2000s kind of Marvel-esque movie, in the sense of the kind of X-Men, that kind of Hulk and Spider-Man, that kind of stuff. Very traditional, take its time kind of origin story. Have some big scenes here and there with some villains, but the performance of Nicolas Cage is really fun. I like the story, I like the visuals, and I think it's pretty fun. It's not an amazing film by any means, for sure, but I have a fun time with it, and it's nice appreciation going from this one to the second film. Because I think the kind of the visuals and the look and kind of the speed of it, and having the crank directors to do that second film, I think is actually really fun as well. So yeah, very traditional, very early kind of 2000s Marvel movie. And of course we have this Blade on 4K, which is a fantastic 4K transfer. If you do not own this on 4K yet, please go and pick it up, go and own it, because the new 4K transfer is absolutely fantastic. Where is the second film? I don't see it. Where is it? When's it coming out? I want to own it. Blade, really kick-ass, a really film that holds up. One of the very first kind of Marvel movies to ever be done in that sense, and just a really kick-ass character, great story, just all around just a really fun film. Vampire movie, superhero film, character drama. The 4K transfer is phenomenal. It's fantastic. And the good thing about this edition, if you don't own a 4K yet, the 4K transfer is on the Blu-ray edition itself as well, which is really good. Rating of 5 on Blu-ray. This is an upgrade from my DVD set. I'm surprisingly there isn't a 4K transfer of this yet. I would have thought there would have been one. Keep my eye out in case there is. Very good, fun, post-apocalyptic world about dragons. Next up, we have another Christmas gift. We have is Suspiria. Really good, excellent remake. That I don't think many people saw. I saw this in the cinemas with my girlfriend. Absolutely fantastic. Really love this film. It's a really long film. It's not an easy one in terms of length. It's about nearly 3 hours. Nearly 3-hour film. Really fantastic. I wasn't a fan of the original. His kind of that kind of Italian kind of horror series, I can't get behind him. I don't really enjoy him. I love the ideas, love the concepts, but I just can't get behind him. They're all kind of about the music and the visuals, but nothing else. So I don't really connect with them in that sense. But I like the idea of Suspiria, but I always wanted to see a different take on it. And again, a remake, which is a very different type of remake. Very cool. Next up, we have as an upgrade Groundhog Day on 4K. This is an upgrade from my Blu-ray edition. Another fantastic kind of 4K transfer from the Sony lineup, which Sony does a lot of good transfers for. Most of their kind of big films have had kind of 4K transfers now in a sense, and this one is definitely no exception. This is a really good, nice, crisp 4K scan. Brilliant, brilliant film. If you haven't seen Groundhog Day, where have you been? Where have you been hiding? Next up is 2 more Christmas gifts from my friend who got me Knockoff and Replicant on 88 film release. This has the limited edition spine sets. I've got 1967 on the Replicant, and I do have 2683 on the Knockoff slipcase editions, which are going out quite quickly for sure. Yeah, 2 films I talked about on the channel already, I did reviews for. Yeah, just really fun Van Damme films. Surprisingly, I like both films for very different reasons. These films I definitely would own for sure. These are really good Christmas gifts, thank you very much. I really do enjoy watching these. Knockoff is a really fun kind of Hong Kong, big over the top kind of, terrorism movie, really fast paced, crazy movie. Highly recommend checking this one out. And Replicant is a much more of a personalized kind of drama in a sense. Michael Rook is fantastic in this. Van Damme is actually a really good performance, playing 2 characters in a sense. Really good escalation thriller. I really like the way they went in that sense, and the themes it's just kind of talking about. Great additions with some cool new extras. Looking forward to checking out some more Van Damme films, guys, for sure. But yeah, 2 great additions for Christmas. Yeah, Knockoff and replica. And also more Van Damme, we have his time cop on the Warner Brothers Blu-ray. It's really cheap in CX at the time. Yeah, really fun. Just kind of over the top 90s corny kind of Van Damme film about time travel. And next up we have is Tremors on 4K. This is the fantastic brand spanking new 4K transfer for Tremors on the fantastic Arrow edition. Been waiting for this for just a long time. I refused to own the Blu-ray, the original kind of 2008 Universal Blu-ray, because it wasn't a great transfer, and I knew there would be a new, better version at some point soon. And this is the definitive edition, which is fantastic. If you're a Tremors fan, if you love the first movie, Kevin Bacon and the whole creature effects and the kind of the humour and the action, it's so good. The film still holds up really well. It's a great crisp 4K transfer, looks very fantastic, way better than the old transfer did. And this is a fantastic box edition. This is the 4K edition. Next up we have is Back to the Future on 4K. This is the CX. This was a great find, kind of a day out I did just before the kind of brand new tiers kind of struck into place yet again in the UK. £35, this is a great deal considering it's still full price everywhere. This is about 50-60 quid going on every single site, and for some reason CX is selling it for 35, and this is a brand spanking new edition. This hasn't been, I think it's been watched once, if that, if anything. Someone decided to pick it up, didn't like it, and sold it, and I figured, hell yeah, they're going to get this for sure, and I'm very happy I did, because I saw my previous edition Blu-rays, happy to get the new 4K scans, which look very, very good for sure. This is definitely a nice significant upgrade. Next up we have is two more 4Ks. We have Maze Runner 2 and Maze Runner 3 on 4K. I figured why not, I had the first one on 4K, picked up really cheap, and practically the second film I picked up for practically nothing. I sold a couple of movies, got some vouchers, and I got towards this, and this was about £10 on Amazon for a sale deal, which is quite good. I wanted to give these movies another shot and to give them a go. I think the films are fine. I think they are pretty good, solid, kind of, you know, based on book adaptations. In a sense, my friend really loves his movies. He kind of defends them, you know, religiously. Give them a go. If I'm going to watch them again properly on 4K with the uncut versions as well, because surprisingly the Blu-rays are very always edited, which is quite annoying. 4Ks are definitely worth going. They're really nice and sharp, really nice and glossy, kind of 4Ks for sure. Memories of a Murder and Barking Dogs Never Bite. This is the brand new 4K scan editions from both these movies from Bong Joon-ho, which did actually have this on, I think, the end of November, but I forgot to kind of include it in the November video, so I do apologise for that. I just completely forgot. I think he was on the shelf, I just didn't register for some reason. Yeah, I did an unboxing video for this. Go and check that out, guys, if you want to see what you think. Yeah, this is a nice little edition, nice 4K scans. I think he has a few extras as well on the edition, but yeah, if you want the films, you want to check them out in the best possible quality. Next up we have is Gangs of London on Blu-ray. This is the fantastic Sky One original series that came out, I think, last year. Absolutely phenomenal. This is the guy who did The Raid, Gareth Edwards, kind of produced, kind of made series, did most of the directed episodes of this, and I think he was involved in terms of the kind of the storm work and the fighting. This is an absolutely incredible series. I really debated whether I should own this yet or should I wait until it's all finished and done, but again, I had a voucher, sold some stuff, and I figured, hey, why not, and get this for practically nothing. And, you know, if the show ends up being kind of wasting my time in that sense, I can always get rid of it. But the first season was so good. If you haven't seen Gangs of London, guys, I have mentioned in a few of those in the prior, it is fantastic. We love The Raid, you like these kind of Hong Kong kind of martial arts type of extreme kind of movies in that sense. Imagine all that placed in a British kind of, you know, Peaky Blinders type scenario type show. You know, kind of, you know, gangsters, kind of, you know, people trying to, you know, undercover cops. You've got villain characters. You've got a range of kind of international stars in the sense, really big concept, really big ideas, really kick-ass action, fighting, just brilliant episodes. Next up we have is Mirage of Invisible Man, if I said that correctly. Chubby Chase, kind of John Carpenter movie. Sam Neill's a bad guy. One of the very early kind of weird kind of 90s, I think it's a 90s film. Kind of Invisible Man kind of concept. It's a very strange one for sure. It's a bit of a comedy, it's a bit of a thriller. It's very interesting, it's very different for sure. It's a very funny film, very dark as well. It's definitely not a typical kind of, you know, happy-go-lucky kind of film. It's definitely a 12. There's a little bit of violence in there for sure and some kind of dark themes. But if you like the Invisible Man story, if you like kind of the adaptations you've been seeing from the original Hollow Man, the recent new one, this one I think is a very overlooked one. Next up is a simple upgrade. This is the brand new kind of 4K scan versions of Life Force. The old Blu-ray had was the exact same edition from Arrow. The only difference is this has the kind of new 4K scan transfers on the actual disc themselves. For the international version, the theatrical, everything else is exactly the same, all the extras. The only thing that's slightly different is the cover artwork. So if you've got the blue kind of, tint look with the purple, you've got the new 4K scans. If you've got the other version, I think it's red, I believe correctly, then you've got the old original kind of in 2008, 2009 kind of scans for sure. Next up we have a couple of DVDs. We have new Police Story Jackie Chan film. This is the 5th Police Story movie in the franchise. The next one after was Lockdown, and they are working on a brand new one for this year, which I'm very excited to see what they do with it. Wasn't too sure with this one. I've heard some good, heard some bad, heard some in the middle. It's a very kind of newer kind of Jackie Chan films, very kind of late 2000s Jackie Chan films, which they can be a bit iffy. But I heard this one's actually pretty solid, but I wasn't too sure, so I figured I'll play it safe, pick up the DVD, see what I think, and if I like it, I'll upgrade to the Blu-ray for sure. And the other two DVDs is the Grudge 1 and Grudge 2, simple, cheap DVD pickups. There is no Blu-ray editions for these, apart from the Japan versions, which you can't get subtitles for, unfortunately. So there is a Blu-ray out there with no English subtitles. So hopefully Arrow or 88 Films or any kind of studio will pick them up eventually, like they did for the Ring set, like they did for One Miss Cool trilogy. Hopefully they'll do on Blu-ray soon. But yeah, I saw a video recently talking about these movies in terms of this and the Ring, and I want to check out some more kind of Japanese kind of horrors. And these two, I'm very curious to check out. I heard these two are really good. I want to see them out, see what I think of them. And yeah, I might report back, I might do reviews on these for sure. Lastly guys, for the video we have is Pitch Black on 4K, the brand new Arrow edition. Nice snazzy edition that came out I think back in November or I think October last year. Really nice edition, lots of brand new extras, fantastic 4K scan, phenomenal 4K scan. If you love the film, the 4K version is definitely where to go for sure. The Blu-ray is decent, but the 4K version is definitely a much bigger boost in terms of the texture, in terms of the colours, in terms of the text and stuff. Definitely worth the upgrade for sure. The 4K edition I practically got for nothing. I got it for CX, I got some vouchers, so I got this instead, which I'm very happy to get because I did wait for a while. It wasn't something I wanted to get out immediately. I wanted to kind of see and wait for the price to drop down a little bit, and I managed to get an opportunity to get it, so I'm very happy I did. Completes my kind of Riddick kind of collection. Pitch Black I think is a really fun film. It's a really good kind of low budget Australian, big sci-fi kind of concept in a small scale movie. A lot of other movies are kind of taking inspiration from this in terms of the kind of the themes, the characters, the kind of the monsters and stuff kind of thing, and it's a very interesting franchise. It's very weird. It's come from a small scale Australian movie on one location to a big scale Universal movie with expanding the lore, the universe, which chronicles Riddick, which I think is fantastic. And back to a kind of small scale again with Riddick, and they are doing the 4th movie, which I think is going on the actual planet where Riddick's come from. So I'm hoping they're finished off and wrap it up soon, because I really like the journey. I really like the escalation with the character and exploring his kind of mythology. It's a very kind of slow-paced, moving kind of franchise, which I really like seeing. It's a very seasonal type of thing. You get one every 3 or 4 years in a sense, and it's really nice to kind of see the character again. And being Vin Diesel's a big star now with the kind of Fast and Furious movies and doing his big kind of over-top movies, it's nice to see a more grounded, very interesting character that I want to see more of in this. Interesting enough though, if you wanted to get the slipcase, this was exclusive for the Blu-ray. Unfortunately there was a manufacturing issue, so this didn't come with the slipcase unfortunately, so I had to buy the Blu-ray to get the slipcase to put inside to complete the collection. So the slipcase looks so good and looks so nice, and there's a nice contrast with the colours. So yeah, I just basically bought the Blu-ray to get the slipcase and sold the Blu-ray to make my money back practically. So yeah, wasn't too bad. Yeah. So there you go folks, that's been my collection update for December 2020, a massive haul of collection that is gone from end of November, from kind of extra treats to get Christmas gifts to kind of spending a bit more money than I probably should have in a sense, doing some upgrades and kind of selling some stuff to get some other stuff. So yeah, big haul for December. Looking forward to seeing your comments and opinions guys. What did you get for Christmas? What are your kind of favourite films you got during Christmas time in terms of gifts? What did you treat yourself in December? So in the meantime guys, stay safe, watch some films, play some games. Until next time guys, I will see you on the next video. This has been Amphlett Reviews, signing out.